Munchkin Adversary. I'm going to be talking about a few things in this video. I know it's pretty much a sensitive topic because, first of all, I'm not a big fan of politics. I'm tired of people being weaponized over it. I'm tired of people weaponizing kids over it, even on X. It needs to stop. And I also am tired of people, playing the whole here comes a new challenger card just to come at me or anybody they want to resent and say, yo, Munchkin Adversary, you did something wrong, and act like they're the good guys. Shut up. Because every time you do it, it makes me think even of Vega from Street Fighter. Allow me to intoxicate you with my bullshit. Yeah, no, get the fuck out. That's what I'm going to say to you. Because we have many big issues, including people constantly roaming around saying that Democrats are genocidal, Republicans are all A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and you don't limit yourself and who's doing what. You generalize everybody over a small group of people's actions. Why? And I have this to talk about too. So I didn't get busted on X. It was basically a moderation. I'm fine with being moderated if I did something wrong. But, and even though X admires it as not admires, acknowledges it as a mistake in different cases, to say that it goes under hateful conduct, and I'm looking at this, it's like, where's the hateful conduct? I'm going to read this, but not yet. Then, where this video is from, why? Why on earth do you keep making it about sides? Then, too, I'm going to talk about what happened to the point where I do sympathize with even Elon Musk, with whatever the case, and anybody else seeing this, because no one has a right to vandalize your stuff, even if you happen to be an asshole. But going back, the reason why I'm talking about this is because X has so many problems. You have people breaking rules left and right, and they still do it. They make multiple accounts. They slander people. They wish harm. They send out people to go after folks on a witch hunt. And you're worried about little old me and folks who supposedly use a politically designated slur, and it triggers hateful conduct. So my thing is, when I read this, I'm gonna play against and for myself, like I guess devil's advocate, what it's called. I don't know. You'll see. Hello, lone brisketeer. Thank you for your patience as we reviewed your appeal request regarding the following post. You said, whether you're for or against anyone, you have no right to go after our leader. Former leader, our leader being Donald Trump, former leader being Joe Biden, or a foreign leader's family, that being Ukraine President Zelensky, or spouse, his wife, and make any of us pick sides, just as you have no right to dictate to another race, or cisgender women, or trans male or female, how their mind or body works. What's the issue? They say our support team has determined that a violation of our rules did take place, specifically around violating our rules against hateful conduct. I'm like, what? Bruh. Oh, where's the hateful conduct? You're like, therefore, we would not overturn our decision to limit your post visibility. Thanks, X. Wait. I want to know more. Don't leave me in suspense. Where is the issue? Seriously, where's the issue? Hypothetically speaking, you may say, because Elon, and please look this up, it's true, at least from what I've read, Elon marketed the cisgender label on women, on biological women who are non trans, as a slur. I read that was the case. And so it's whatever. I'm not going to use the word cisgender on X, but when you brand it as hateful conduct and you're not specific and you're not saying that this is the case, you're leaving me in suspense and making me think you're slandering me, which technically you are, because, first of all, there are women out there who use this term. It's a political situation. You cannot just do that. I just did. I made the rules. Ha ha ha. I mean, you abused your rules too, and you're afraid to admit it. Ha ha ha, back at you, whoever. But that's the thing. We have a right to understand. If you make, I swear, if you make a video just to attack me or anyone over this, I'm going to make fun of you and I'm going to call you out on your bullshit. Seriously. I am very cynical and I have barely any feelings when I get there. So don't. You cannot break me. And if you use people to go after me, I'm going to call you out on your abuse because I don't like it when you weaponize people. This is what's going on over here. And yes, I have a right to say it. Elon, you are weaponizing people and you've been doing such. You're not the only one doing it. Amuse, you're doing it too. So my issue right here, because I'm going to watch this. Amuse says, closed border. Democrats are actively training illegals and their families to avoid arrest and how to resist once in custody. This is not safe for federal agents. Someone is going to get killed. Elon says the Democrats are doing this because they plan to use illegals to turn America into a permanent single party state. So I'm gonna drag this over here and watch this.
Pinche madre.
Hey, what happened? ¿Por qué lo están arrestando? Why you guys arresting him?
No hicimos nada.
What did he do?
No trae papeles que me digan. Show me proof. Show me proof. Where's the proof?
La chancla, pásame la chancla, por favor. La chancla, pásame.
Hey, why you guys holding him like that, man?
Show me proof.
Why you guys taking him?
Show me proof of what you said.
Hey, do you guys have a warrant to even be in here?
If you want to get arrested too,
No, I just want
then
you
back
to.
up and let me do my job.
I want you to show me
You're
proof.
not a lawyer, I'm not doing that.
I want you to show me proof.
¿Por qué lo está arrestando?
If you want your go to CPS.
Tiene que probarlo.
Why are you threatening her like that,
I
man?
need proof.
No, you don't.
Hey, don't push her.
Hey, don't push it. Hey,
Hey,
hey, hey, ¿qué está haciendo? No, 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 no. ¿Qué está haciendo? Eso es violencia, oiga, oiga. No, no. Hey, 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 ¿qué está haciendo?
Okay.
Hey, ¿por qué está haciendo eso?
At that point, she was just getting her phone or whatever. There was no need for that, dude. There was no need for that, Heisenberg. I don't care about your job with you doing that. You were out of line.
Eso es violencia.
I need proof that why they're taking him.
¿Qué está haciendo?
No manches, tanta gente que hay aquí. I need proof that they're taking him and why.
Eso es violencia, pendejo.
Are you okay? ¿Está bien? ¿Está bien? ¿Está bien?
Here's the thing. You brought out Democrats, both of you. In the video, in the clip, unless I'm missing something because it's not, I don't know if it's the whole clip or not. You bring up Democrats. Both of you did. Who talked about Democrats in the video? Oh, it's obviously, no. Where are the Democrats? Elon, you have a bigger brain than me. You have more brain cells than me. Where are the Democrats? Huh? And the Heisenberg guy, him saying he's doing his job. You want to get arrested? That threat, that Batman threat, you idiots who do this shit to people, who treat them like monsters, you are going to live with your poison for the rest of your lives. It doesn't matter what job you have. You abuse your power and hurt people like that, even emotionally, you are going to live with your guilt. And you can hide however much you want. It's going to sink in because this paranoia you spread is not fine. There are kids on X who see this and they jump to sides. You scare people. Looking at this, where is the issue? If you have an issue with me using the word cisgender, Okay, fine, done deal. That's not a hateful conduct. That's just a simple violation right there due to sensitivity, towards people's feelings. I have a right to respect people's feelings, and I would do that by not using cisgender again on X. But it's very petty of you how you addressed it instead of saying like, "Hey, we limited it because we would like you to know this word is it's not while it's not widely offensive, it is potentially offensive to those who may see it as such." I'm fine with looking at that, but don't brand it as something it isn't. Because when you spread paranoia with these folks, they're distraught, they're freaking out, and you say the Democrats are doing this, they're illegals, and they're like, show proof, show proof. Where's the proof that he's an illegal immigrant or something like that? They didn't say those exact words, but they're like, where's the proof? And they're worried. And then you got the guy who looks like Walter White. No offense, I do love the actor from Malcolm in the Middle, and I do love Walter White. Breaking Bad aside, when you do that stuff, it's not cool. It doesn't matter what your profession is. If you're doing something to hurt somebody, even emotionally, and freak them out, and you're acting like an alpha male of some sort, you're a beta. You need to stop using your job or your position, especially you, Elon, to dictate your own personality. Your persona is not your duty. Because the thing is, you're on X 24/7, bitching and whining about Democrats. Democrats are not all the same. You have good Democrats, you have bad Democrats, you have good conservatives, you have bad conservatives. It's a mix. It's the same thing with illegal immigrants. You have illegal immigrants who are dangerous. You have illegal immigrants who are not dangerous. You have good ones. You have ones that are really negative. Even though if they're not supposed to be doing something that brands them an illegal immigrant, then yeah, they don't get a freebie to do it. But you don't have a right to dehumanize them either. Where's the gray area? Stop spreading this shit on X to weaponize people. You can get offended over someone using cisgender, but you cry over Obama, Joe Biden. Why? Is it about size? Even if Joe Biden is in the wrong, even if he is, you do not spread paranoia to weaponize us against him. That's the thing. Sensitivity. Do you understand? And we go here. Elizabeth Hegelian says, happening this morning in my town of Las Vegas, several Tesla vehicles engulfed in flames. This is horrific and evil. It must stop immediately. So I'm going to read this too. Las Vegas Review/Journal says, developing video provided to the review. Journal shows several Tesla vehicles engulfed in flames after Las Vegas police say they were set on fire by an individual early Tuesday morning. Updates. And now I'm going to read this. This level of violence, says Elon, is insane and deeply wrong. Tesla just makes electric cars and has done nothing to deserve these evil attacks. Whether Elon Musk does things bad or not, this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable if someone threatens Elon Musk. It's unacceptable if someone tries to do this to him or anyone. It's unacceptable if someone tries to assassinate Donald Trump again. And if it's staged, if people are saying it's staged, it's unacceptable if it's staged. Either way, no one deserves to be hurt. So I go here. Mario Knopfel says Tesla owners doxxed. Sell your car or stay on the list. A website called DogQuest, if I pronounce it right, has reportedly published the names, addresses, and phone numbers of Tesla owners across the US, complete with an interactive map and a Molotov cocktail cursor. I'm going to read this afterward. It continues over here. The site claims it will only remove personal data if owners prove they've sold their Teslas, in an apparent backlash to Elon's ties with the Trump administration. This comes as Tesla dealerships face gunfire, arson attempts, and Cybertruck owners report harassment, while anti-Tesla protests ramp up nationwide. Source, New York Post. I will read this afterwards, right here. Elon, you say encouraging destruction of Teslas throughout the country is extreme domestic terrorism. So I go over here. You say the left is the party of violence and hate. And it looks like it's relevant to what I'm reading here. And I'm thinking, I mean, not relevant, it's a response to it, because otherwise it's not relevant. The thing is, they said nothing about Democrats right here. They said nothing about Democrats. You said nothing about them here. You said nothing about any liberals right here, especially. But you say things about the liberals here. Why? How do you know? And you have this right. Oh, that's a status. Never mind. That's not a link, really. I mean, for it. The thing is, that's paranoia. You're spreading paranoia. So you have beef with people, including, well, not beef. You couldn't care less who I am. I'm pretty sure, because I'm small. You have a problem with people saying words you don't like, yet you spend your time instead of playing Fallout or whatever game I like. I don't know what games you like. All that stuff, you bitch 24/7 about Democrats. Why? It's the same with people who do this about Republicans. It's like, okay, you talk about this person that's Republican. You keep talking about how, oh, they suck, they're stupid. And then you say something about the Republican, saying, they tried to harass me, and they've never met you. Why are you lying so much about each other? Those of you who do this, Elon, Vance, Trump, why do you keep weaponizing us? It's not about your sides. It's not about you being a Trump supporter. It's about you and your actions. That's the issue. Not about sides. Oh my God. You're like children, big kids. Where a kid can be a kid, you sit there and dictate to us what the rules are on X. Dude, you didn't even make Twitter. You brought it into X like you were Lex Luthor in a kiddie parade trying to take over. Grow the fuck up, you three. Again, if the Democrats did something wrong, if Joe Biden did something wrong, I mean, you have a right to call them out, if I didn't say it already. But you don't have a right to lie upon what they already did wrong, with something they didn't do wrong. And no one has the right to do that to you either. This is why the paranoia needs to stop. We need to see for ourselves too. And people, they are sensitive to this type of behavior when you do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the hateful conduct. Why? Because I'm trying to understand what I did wrong. And I want to point out things that Elon and others did that violated this. And I know this is April 2023 because in April, not April, well, 2024, that's when the cisgender label was branded a slur on X, from what I read. You may not, oh, by the way, hateful conduct, April 2023. You may not directly attack other people on the basis of race, ethnicity, national origin, caste? Not sure how to pronounce that. Sexual orientation, gender identity, religious affiliation, age, disability, or serious disease. And I agree with that. Yeah, don't do that, right? So where did I go wrong? Whether you're for or against anyone, you have no right to go after our leader. I said, this is Trump I'm referring to. Where is the hate? This is Joe Biden I'm referring to. As in people, don't go after Trump or Joe Biden or Zelensky or anyone. Where is the hate? X's mission is to give everyone the power to create and share ideas and information and to express their opinions and beliefs without barriers. Here is the thing I don't understand. Why the hell would you say beliefs without barriers? You mean beliefs without inhumane barriers. See, when you didn't specify, people have thought, hey, we can say whatever we want. We're expressing our beliefs, right? When we say we don't like Jews or anybody else or something like that, that means, oh, we're in the right? No, you're being anti-Semitic. You don't have a right to say that about anyone. Oh, but if we talk about a black person, we don't like them, that's an opinion. No, that's not an opinion. That's racism. And anti-Semitism is serious too. This is why people do it. Free expression is a human right. What type of free expression? Because people think they can be racist, they think they can be anti-Semitic all they want. They can go up to somebody of a certain race and say, oh, you're not that type of race, you're mahogany. Oh my God. Free expression can be abused, and it has. But let me continue. We believe that everyone has a voice and the right to use it. Yes, and it depends on how we do it too. Our role is to serve the public conversation, which requires representation of a diverse range of perspectives. Where's the limit, though? Where are the barriers? That's the thing. You took away barriers at some point, and Elon stretched it out even more. We recognize that if people experience abuse on X, it can jeopardize their ability to express themselves. Research has shown that some groups of people are disproportionately targeted with abuse online. For those who identify with multiple underrepresented groups, abuse may be more common, more severe in nature, and more harmful. We are committed to combating abuse motivated by hatred, prejudice, or intolerance, particularly abuse that seeks to silence the voices of those who have been historically marginalized. For this reason, we prohibited behavior that targets individuals or groups with abuse based on their perceived membership in a protected category. If you see something on X that you believe violates this policy, please report it to us. The thing is, a lot of times it doesn't seem to matter to you, at least more so now, because this is 2025. People are getting hurt. Teens are going on to X and hiding within accounts that sound like grown-ups and say whatever they want to harass voice actors and devs and threaten their lives. And there are adults doing it too and grooming them to do such. What are you doing about that? There are people who are suicidal. There are people scamming. You don't really do a good job of fighting off those things. And even when people report it, you're very slow or you deny what you see. What up with that? But I will say this before I read on. I did see one or more people on X recently wishing death on Donald Trump. And it's not cool the same way it's not cool to wish death upon Joe Biden or anyone. Please stop that shit. Elon is also another person who matters in regards to his life. Do not wish harm on him either. This is what I mean. There needs to be common ground. Even though you may not like what they've actually done, it does not give you a freebie to ruin them. Okay, here we go. What is in violation of this policy? We will review and take action against reports of accounts targeting an individual or a group of people with any of the following behavior, whether within posts or direct messages. Hateful references. So I'm going to actually go look at what I put again, what they sent me back right after this. We prohibited targeting individuals or groups with content that references forms of violence or violent events where a protected category was the primary target or victims, where the intent is to harass. This includes but is not limited to media or text that refers to or depicts genocide, for example, the Holocaust, or lynchings. So I go here. None of the sort is here. I'm speaking against that, literally. And you may ask me, what about non-trans men? Do they count? Yes, yes. Though I was specifically talking about women in this case because I was going by what I saw and what is also a highlight. But this goes for anyone who gets attacked, that they have no right to be attacked by folks who wish harm on them out of bias or any type of prejudice. Because I know a lot of folks, especially if anyone remembers Amani Caliph, this is someone I'm actually referencing here too, because she is a non-trans biological woman. People went after her, for example, and say she's a man. They were dictating her life. I will put a link in my description, of course, so that way you see what I'm talking about in regards to one of the videos I made on her. But where is the hate? This is me speaking against it. And no, I'm not providing hate. So don't make a video or a Twitter or a tweet to say I'm doing something that I'm clearly not doing. It seems like it has to do with the quote unquote slur. Incitement. We prohibit inciting behavior that targets individuals or groups of people belonging to protected categories. This includes inciting fear or spreading fearful stereotypes about a protected category, including asserting that members of a protected category are more likely to take part in dangerous or illegal activities. Elon Musk, literally, you violated that. If I haven't missed anything from above, you violated this constantly. You and many of you did. Many of you did this. So like all religious group or terrorists, for example, dangerous illegal activities. You've been basically grouping them. Democrats, leftists, and a lot of people from the left do it too. Not everybody. It's ridiculous. Inciting others to harass members of a protected category on or off platform. You have done that, Elon. You go, well, someone goes, for example, I'm sick of these religious group thinking they are better than us. If any of you see someone wearing a religious symbol or a religious group, grab it off them and post pics. You didn't say that part, I don't think, but you have been bandwagon people wrongfully calling out the whole Democrat bunch. It's not every Democrat, if this even happens to be true. It's not all of them. Why don't you go negotiate with them to see the bigger picture? Oh, they don't want to work with Elon. How do you know? Is it because he's lying? Is it because he's spreading propaganda and paranoia? If he's telling the truth, let's say I was Elon Musk, I would go and talk to the Democrats. I'd say, look, we need to work together because we're in America. We're working as a team, right? We can't keep fighting each other. People are getting hurt. They're going to get hurt, with my Tesla cars. And this is not just about my Tesla cars either. This is about the safety of every American and people who come to visit. We have to be real. No more bias. No more fighting Republicans. No more fighting Democrats. Let's put that aside. But did you say that, Elon? Did you say that? Let's go back. Inciting others to discriminate in the form of denial of support, you see, to the economic enterprise of an individual or group because of their perceived membership in a protected category. For example, if you go to a religious group store, you are supporting those slur. Let's stop giving our money to these religious slur. This may not include content intended as political in nature, such as political commentary on This may not include content in the political. See, this is probably why, because you're being political. This may not include content intended as political in nature, such as never mind, such as political commentary or content related to boycotts or protests. Because I don't content intended to incite violence against a protected category is prohibited under violence. Anything that is political, where people are being pushed to pick a side, should be banned. Slurs and tropes. I might find something here, I'm not sure. We prohibit targeting others with repeated slurs, tropes, or other content that intends to degrade or reinforce negative or harmful stereotypes about a protected category. In some cases, such as but not limited to severe or repetitive uses of slurs or racist or sexist tropes where the context is to harass or intimidate others, we may require post removal. In other cases, such as but not limited to or moderate isolated usage where the context is to harass or intimidate others. We may limit post visibility as further described below. My post at most was limited. I did not receive a penalization, but rather I guess a hinted request to just delete it, and because people are not going to read it, and I apparently said something that is potentially offensive. Dehumanization. We prohibit the dehumanization of a group of people based on their religion, caste, I still don't know how to pronounce that, sorry, age, disability, serious disease, national origin, race, ethnicity, gender identity, or sexual orientation. So we go here. The only thing I could think of, even from what I've read online in regards to Elon not wanting this to be used on X, is this cisgender woman. So if people don't like that being used and it's sensitive, okay, I'm not gonna flip out and say, oh, we have a right to use that. Yeah, you gotta, you. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna use non-trans woman, non-trans male. That's all I'm gonna do. But the thing is, you have to respect the fact that not everybody is aware. And that when you blanket it as hateful conduct, you're lying, you're slandering the person who's not showing hate, but rather they are specifying. If cisgender is a bad slur, why not spread it across the globe, huh? Why not do that? Why narrow it and be selective? It's the same thing, Elon, with you spreading this whole thing about Democrats. If Democrats are the issue, what are you doing to take serious action other than spreading this harmful political, psychological paranoia 24/7? Hateful imagery. We consider hateful imagery to be logos, symbols, or images whose purpose is to promote hostility and malice against others based on their race, religion, disability, sexual orientation, gender identity, or ethnicity or national origin. Some examples of hateful imagery include, but are not limited to, symbols historically associated with hate groups. For example, the Nazi swastika. Images depicting others as less than human or altered to include hateful symbols. For example, altering images of individuals to include animalistic features, or images altered to include hateful symbols or references to a mass murder that targeted a protected category. For example, manipulating images of individuals to include yellow Star of David badges in reference to the Holocaust. So this is not really related to the Holocaust and stuff, but I've seen one or more people literally say that Democrats are all genocidal. And it is completely stupid to say that because you have people who don't even know what's going on. They're just voting for whoever they feel they can trust. But then you probably say, "Oh well, it's those Democrats. It's most of them. Stop it. You have Republicans within your Republican group who are not the vast majority, who are practically genocidal because they have criminal backgrounds, just as you have Democrats that are not all the Democrats, but a group like the Republicans. You have a group of Republicans, a group of Democrats who are genocidal or do crimes because they're not every Democrat, they're not every Republican. There are different Republicans, there are different Democrats. We are not the same, even as neutral people. We have different personalities. It's not every Democrat, it's not every neutral, it's not every Republican. So what the hell? Why act like the Democrats are basically a legion of Hitlers? That was stupid. Media depicting hateful imagery is not permitted within live video, account bio, profile, or header images. All other instances must be marked as sensitive media. Oh my goodness, I'll say something afterwards. Additionally, sending an individual unsolicited hateful imagery is a violation of this policy. Hateful profile. You may not use hateful images or symbols in your profile image or profile header. You also may not use your username, display name, or profile bio to engage in abusive behavior, such as targeted harassment or expressing hate towards a person, group, or protected category. The thing is, there are select, as in select, not everybody, but select Republicans and Democrats who spread literal hate. They spread threats. They spread harassment. You're letting them do this, Elon. People are getting hurt. Do I need to be the target of this content for it to be a violation of the X rules? Some posts may appear to be hateful when viewed in isolation, but may not be when viewed in the context of a larger conversation. For example, members of a protected category may refer to each other using terms that are typically considered as slurs. When used consensually, the context behind these terms is not abusive, but a means to reclaim terms that were historically used to demean individuals. I do know, if I haven't said it already, that this is posted in 2023, and that slur that Elon was talking about was 2024. But still, I'm skeptical of certain things, and Elon has basically broken his rules multiple times. I'm not surprised. I've known it already, but to see the concrete details here, it's like, why are you letting this happen? When we review this type of content, it may not be clear whether the context is to abuse an individual on the basis of their protected status, or if it is part of a consensual conversation. To help our team understand the context, we sometimes need to hear directly from the person being targeted to ensure that we have the information needed prior to taking any enforcement action. Note, individuals do not need to be a member of a specific protected category for us to take action. We will never ask people to prove or disprove membership in any protected category, and we will not investigate this information. What happens if you violate this policy? All right. Under this policy, we take action against behavior that targets individuals of an entire protected category with hateful conduct as described above. Targeting can happen in a number of ways. For example, mentions including a photo of an individual referring to someone by their full name, etc. Okay. Let me see if I can get something out of this. Targeting can happen in a number of ways. For example, mentions include. So, what about the mention? Just mentioning them? Now I'm reading this, and you include a photo. See, I've seen this in the voice actor situation where people use the full name of a fan or a voice actor to attack. I don't know, because sometimes they have their full name in their user name. Yeah, but still, and a lot of times they did not get penalized. When determining the penalty for violating this policy, we consider a number of factors, including but not limited to the severity of the violation and an individual's previous record of rule violations. The following is a list of potential enforcement options for a context that violates this policy. Making content less visible on X by removing the post from search results, in product recommendations, trends, notifications, and home timelines. I'm guessing this would probably be where I quote unquote fit in. So going down, restricting the post discoverability to the author's profile, downranking the post in replies, restricting likes, replies, reposts, quote, bookmark, share, pin to profile, or engagement counts, this as well. Excluding the post from having ads adjacent to it, excluding posts and or accounts in email or in product recommendations, requiring requiring post removal. For example, we may ask someone to remove the violating content in a certain period of time in read-only mode before they can post again. This is not something that happened to me. What happened was they gave me the option to remove it and said, this looks like it could be a violation. So they're skeptical, basically, of my post, the algorithm or whatever. Suspending accounts that violate our hateful profile policy. And learn more about our range of enforcement options. If someone believes their account was suspended in error, they can submit an appeal. The thing is, I did submit an appeal. I did not get anybody who was saying, okay, look, when you posted this, you used this identified slur right here that could trigger somebody, and we deem it as hateful conduct, even though it wouldn't go under hateful conduct. it would go under a sensitive violation or whatever that you should actually put in there if you're going to be like that. Not that I would agree, but still, when someone says something that might be offensive, it doesn't mean it's automatic hate. Whoever came up with the word cisgender, you're basically saying the person who came up with it was a hater, does not like biological women who are non-trans or biological men who are non-trans. You're saying that. But what is it? Is it this word right here? And if it's something else, you did not point it out. Because, again, when I read this, whether you're for or against anyone, you have no right, zero right, to go after Donald Trump or Joe Biden or Zelensky, basically. I'm referring to him indirectly. Or Zelensky's wife or anyone who fits these categories and make us pick sides, just as you have no right to dictate to someone who is of any ethnic background or race, or a woman who is non-trans, or a trans male or female, how their mind or body works. And this will also apply to non-trans men. You don't have a right to dictate to non-trans men either. What is the issue? Again, please do not make, if I haven't said already, please do not make a video and salt and pepper my words. As in, don't twist my words, don't lie. This is to the staff. If you're someone who works for X, or if you're someone that can offer suggestions or whatever, that's fine. But don't gaslight me or anyone who is calling out, this type of behavior. Because you see this right here, and barely anybody is doing anything to stop this type of weaponization. You've seen the clip. Where were the Democrats? Anyone say Democrats in the video? Where is it? Where are they? The whole Democratic claim. So please, whether you are a Republican or neutral or you're Democrat and you hate a party, please stop going after each other. Stop weaponizing us. Leave us out of it. Stop threatening one another. It doesn't solve anything. And even though I don't like what Elon did, please stop making up lies for him. Stop pampering him. The guy's a grown man. Trump is a grown man. Vance is a grown man. If you're someone who's also doing it for Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, they're grown people. You don't need to be defending them 24/7 and bragging about it. Because here's the thing. You're like, Hamina, Hamina, Hamina. And you're like, Kamala, Kamala, Kamala. Joe Biden, Joe Biden, 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 Biden. Hunter, Hunter. Like you are spamming the names of Pokemon with real human beings' names. It's ridiculous. I do not hate Elon. I value people. But we cannot truly have unity and peace if we're picking targets and we're not limiting free speech in terms of setting, lines that we do not cross. We have boundaries. Boundaries are important in free speech. You don't get to say and do whatever you want, because a lot of you who do that, you bitch to us and you bitch about Democrats or Republicans, and you just put it up there for us to attack them. You don't want any resolve. You don't want peace. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar to anyone? You do not want peace. It's ironic because people have said that about the Ukraine president. The same people who insult Russians in Ukraine. You are terrible people. You don't care who lives and who dies. You want them both gone, and you're joking about that. How dare you? But I'm done for now. Anybody who is a fan of Elon, you see something he does wrong, and you got to be willing. You have to speak, because true support even comes from constructive criticism. Don't be afraid to say no. If someone's doing something they shouldn't be doing and you love them, don't lie and say they're not doing something wrong, because you're setting them up. You're trapping Elon. You're helping him to not see what he's doing wrong. And even if he's doing something right, Don't be one-sided and say, the Democrats. And when it comes to Joe Biden and Kamala, don't be like, the Republicans, they all suck. And you don't do a damn thing to help diffuse the situation. Don't, okay? Because X is politically powered. Anywho, abuse of power, even on your own site, is not tolerable. You get people hurt. If someone commits suicide, you have to live with it. Anywho, Munchkin Adversary out.